Yo. All right, X-Men Days of Future Past. That's what we're talking about this time. This one was, man, this one was a trip, man. I holy crap, man. What can I say about this that hasn't been said already? Like I don't know what you could say about. Okay, like all right, let's get the basics out of the way. Um all right, Bryan Singer came back to direct this after directing X-Men 1, X-Men 2. This also just came off of X-Men First Class, which that movie, X-Men First Class, is just, that's chef's kiss right there. This one is also chef's kiss, but it's like, I don't know which one to pick between these two as the better movie, but anyways, man, okay. So Days of Future Past was definitely, I wouldn't say a surprise per se, but it was definitely something that racked up the stakes for me when it first came out. And I remember the trailers for it, and I think the first time I saw it, I was living with my mom, and I was watching it on my phone, and I couldn't stop watching it because of the music that was playing in it, and just how intense it was, because there's so much going on where there's like an apocalyptic future, and there's so much going on, and there's so many characters in this one too, and of course there's two different versions of this movie out there right now, out there currently. There's the theatrical cut, and then there's the road cut. I watched the road cut because the theatrical cut, don't get me wrong, it's great. It's really good. It's just the road cut makes it even better because it has Rogue in it, and Rogue is an OG member since like day one since the very first X-Men movie, and they had to cut her out from the theatrical cut. I think it was because of like time or something like that, but which I totally understand. But then again, I also understand it even more because there were just too many characters. Because you got Blink, you have Bishop, you have Colossus back, you have Iceman, you have Kitty Pryde, you have damn, I forgot his name. He shoots the fire and everything, and I forgot the other guy's name. He's with the war paint over his eyes. I forgot his name. I think it's Warpath. I want to say it's Warpath, but I could be wrong. Of course, you got Wolverine, you got Magneto, you got Professor X, you got Storm, you got all these other characters. You got so many characters in this one, man. And of course, you got like Mystique and all these other, and everybody else back in there too. And by the way, listen, can we? I need a minute. I need a minute with this one. You gotta give me a minute with this one. Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique.
Daddy, chill.
Listen, I loved her in this movie. Just okay. She's no Rebecca Romijn, and that's fine. That is perfectly fine. There's only one Rebecca Romijn, just like there's only one Jennifer Lawrence. But man, some of the stuff that Jennifer Lawrence was doing as a Mystique, I think you could tell she was up to the task on some level for it. And with the things she was doing, hey man, oh man, I'm not gonna lie. There was a I think back in like 2011, 2010, I've had like this huge crush on Jennifer Lawrence, and it's still thriving today. I'm not gonna lie, it's still there today, but it's not like as strong as it was when Days of Future Past came out. And man, when there are things that she was doing in this movie where I was like, hold on now, like Exhibit A. Exhibit B.
You used to be a better shot.
Trust me, I still am.
Do I have to run down the list here? Like, jeez. And also, like, of course, we gotta give it to the man, the myth, the legend, man, I don't know. I don't think this man needs any more of an introduction. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, man. This man is amazing. He's incredible as Wolverine. I just when you think that he just can't get any better as his character, he always finds a way to get better as his character, and he kills it every single time. Like, and the thing that there are just things that, like, I tend to think about that no one else really thinks about very much. Like in the very first X-Men, when Rogue asks him, "Does it hurt every time your claws come out of your hands?" and he said, "Every time." The one thing I didn't think about is, yeah, it hurts with just like metal coming out, but holy crap, it's got to hurt even more with just your pure bones just coming out, and just like the sound of it. Oh man, it's painful just thinking about it. And also, of course, another perfect casting for Professor X and not Charles. Sorry, Professor X is Charles. For Professor X and Magneto. How can I forget Magneto? That's one of my favorite characters. James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender in this one. Oh man, you can tell they're both in very different places in this one compared to First Class, because First Class took place in 1962 during the Cuban Missile Crisis, and then this one, Days of Future Past, when Logan has to travel back in time, or at least his mind has to go back in time. This was, I want to say 1973, I think 1973, 1974, something like that. But man, this was just watching. I can watch scenes of James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender as these two for days. Even like they could just sit down having tea together or coffee together and just reading the phone book together and just like talking about like certain people they're finding of like names or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, it's kind of similar to, you know, Sir Patrick Stewart and Sir Ian McKellen. Like they're both perfectly cast as those characters as well, and I love this movie, man. I absolutely love this movie. Man, I never thought that we would see Quicksilver, let alone Scarlet Witch, in a movie, like a full-fledged live action movie. I didn't think we'd see Quicksilver like this, man. Like, at least at the time, because I already kind of knew a little bit about Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch and a little bit of their history, and I know more today than I did back then. But man, back then, man, just seeing that scene of Quicksilver when he puts the music on and he's running through the kitchen, was it the kitchen? He's running through the kitchen in Washington, D.C. after they just broke out Magneto, and he's just doing his thing while that song, I think it's called "Time in a Bottle," is playing, and it's just, man, that's such a great moment. I love watching that, where you literally just see him like basically like, okay, you move here, okay, move this bullet out the way, move this bullet out the way. Oh, hey, let me try this. All right, let back to work, and then it's just and I can't. And Quicksilver he's almost like a little kid in this movie to me. He's just excited to use his powers every chance he gets, and also Evan Peters, man, I gotta give it to him, because like I can't imagine what that's like filming for a character like that, because you got to do like speed here, speed there, speed here, speed there, as you're holding conversations with like 3 other people. But here's the thing, you're so fast that, you know, conversations and stuff doesn't really matter to you like that. So it's, like I said, this movie is just incredible. Also, Magneto, like, listen, there are some people that I've talked to about First Class, and I said Magneto was practically preaching that whole movie. Magneto was preaching in this one too. I'm not gonna front, but then again, Professor X, I say it all the time, Professor X ain't no slouch either. But like, I think one of my good friends, man, he said childhood is being on Professor X's side. Adulthood is realizing, wait a minute, Magneto's got some very strong points here. But yeah, that's yeah, I honestly don't know what more I can say about this movie. This is incredible. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I especially with the road cut, there are things that were happening in it where I was like, y'all really went there. Y'all really did that. Granted, bit of a spoiler. Well, you know what? No. Should I do spoilers? I don't know if I should do spoilers. It's been 10 years, but man, I don't know. I really want you guys to experience this just as much as I did rewatching it, because I haven't seen this in like, I want to say 2 or 3 years now. But anyways, like this is such an amazing movie. I don't know if it's on any streaming platforms at the moment, but you should be able to buy it. Yeah, you should be able to buy it, rent it on like other streaming, like Google Play, or was it YouTube or something like that. Google Play, Apple TV, all that stuff, and it's such a great movie. Oh yeah, and also my rating, if I did one, I would give this one a I think I'd also either give this one either a 9 or 9.5. Yeah, probably 9. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. But like I said, this is amazing. And also I got to do one more. Jennifer Lawrence.
What's the matter, baby? You don't think I look pretty like this?
Yes, I do think she looks I do think she looks pretty like that. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Again, yeah, of course, guys. Again, that's, yeah. Whew. All right, guys. That's my time for the Decade Club with X-Men Days of Future Past. What did you guys think of the video? Do you love this movie just as much as me? I mean, let me know in the comments. Like this video, share this with your friends, and of course, you guys, subscribe to the channel.